Okay, next up, Lewis.
Hi.
How
Hi.
are you doing today, Lewis? Good?
Good. Yeah. How are you?
Pretty good. Now, I know you're a bit more experienced. So I'm going to start you off on the slightly harder stuff.
Oh no.
Okay. Save us a bit of time. I'm sure you'll have no problems with the easy stuff. So,
Okay.
all the assignments are based on class discussions.
All the assignments are based on class discussions.
Books which are overdue will incur a daily fine.
Books which are overdue will incur a daily fine.
Apple is expected to announce several new products this fall.
Apple is supposed to announce the several products this fall.
Good. The majority of the hardware we are using was built for a customer.
The majority of the hardware we're using is built for the customer.
The medical center is located near the supermarket on North Street.
The medical center is located near the supermarket in the center.
Yes. The original Olympic Games were celebrated as a religious festival.
The original of Olympic game is the celebrate of regional festival.
Yes. The recent study has thrown out the validity of the argument.
The recent study has strong validity of the arguments.
The research paper should begin with a thorough review of the literature.
The research paper should begin with a thorough review of the literature.
Basketball was created in 1891 by a physician and a physical instructor.
Basketball was created in 1981 by physician and physical instructor.
Nice. Anyone who has a problem with their accommodation should speak to the welfare officer.
Anyone who has a problem with their accommodation should speak to the officer.
The small Indian state is a land of forest valleys and snowy islands.
The small Indian state was land of forest valleys and
Yeah. Now, this one's interesting. It's not a very difficult vocabulary that we're talking about, but it's kind of a weird sentence, right? I'll just throw it into the chat for you again.
Yeah. Okay, snow island. Okay, yeah.
So this happens when you get like topics which are unfamiliar.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the individual words, none of them are really that hard. Maybe valley, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So when you're this is another good point. When you're practicing the teaching and stuff like that, right? Don't skip over a sentence just because it looks like the words are easy, right? If it's an topic, you do have to go over it again. And also, if it's a topic or if it's a sentence that has a strange syntax, a strange structure, you often have to go over it as well because your brain will automatically paraphrase big time.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are like the little danger things that everyone's looking out for. One moment. All right. We'll continue. I'll give you a couple more before we keep going. So could you please pass the handouts to the students in your row?
Please pass the handout to the students in your room.
Higher numbers of patients were infected than during previous outbreaks of the illness?
Higher numbers of patients were affected than during the previous period of the factors.
Yeah. I will now demonstrate how the reaction can be arrested by adding a dilute acid.
I will now recommend how the reaction will be arrested by the dilute acid.
I'm surprised you got that one more accurately than the Indian forest.
Yeah.
That one contained a lot of hard words. Next time, we'll discuss the influence of the media on public policy.
Next time, we'll discuss the influence of the media on public policy.
I went to the dentist the other day and he let me pick a prize out of his prize box.
I went to the dentist next week and he let me pick a prize out of the prize box.
Yes. Some people think that having a child is not a major responsibility, but obviously it is.
Some people think that having a child is not a major responsibility, but obviously it is.
Next year, I'm planning to take a sabbatical so that I can travel to South America.
Next year, I'm planning to take a sabbatical so I can travel to South America.
All right, fantastic. So I think we can safely say that you're pretty strong at this task. Not a big deal. We went all the way up to the expert difficulty. Other than a couple that you didn't fully understand, the rest of it was fine. Okay, you have a very natural rhythm and tone. So I expect you to be getting 79 quite easily here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, well done.
Thank you.
No worries. All right, who's up next? Let's see. Yin Hao.
Me?
Yes, how are you today? Is that Yin Hao?
No, no, no.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm just reading names from the list of people who typed a one for me. It says Yin Hao the iPad. Are you here? Or maybe you might have left the keyboard for a moment. That's okay. We'll just move on to the next person. Let's see. Nanjiao, are you here?
Yes. This is my first time to do repeat sentence.
No problems. Just relax. Right, shoulders down. Good posture, and we'll get started. Okay, your first sentence is, he is almost never in his office.
He is almost never in his office.
The coffee was very delicious.
The coffee is very delicious.
The office opens on Wednesday and Thursday.
The office open on Wednesday and Thursday.
I prefer to have cold weather.
I prefer to have cold weather.
None of the alternatives are satisfactory.
None of the alternatives are satisfactory.
Could you pass me the book on your left-hand side?
Could you pass me the book on your left-hand side?
Companies exist for making money, not for society.
Company exists for making money, not for society.
Transportation will be provided only in exceptional circumstances.
Transportation will be provided only for something.
Does the professor keep regular office hours?
Does the professor keep the regular office hours?
The library will be closed for 3 days over the bank holiday weekend.
The library will close for 3 days over the bank holiday day.
The School of Arts and Design has an open day on Thursday next week.
The School of Art and Design has an open day next Thursday.
There are lots of people competing for the places in this course.
There are a lot of people competing for the places of this course.
There are varying levels of plagiarism across different university departments.
Across different university departments.
There's a position available for a junior lecturer in media studies.
There are positions for junior studies.
Yep, good. By the way, I'll put the really nasty ones with the hard vocabulary. I'll just throw them into the chat so you guys can have a look at it. The previous one was to do with the word plagiarism, which might be a bit new. Yeah?
Yeah.
The article covers the who, where, and when of the conflict.
The article comes with who, when, and where of the something.
Good. This can be seen as the starting point of my discussion today.
This can be seen as the starting point of my discussion today.
Try to explain how your ideas are linked so that there's a logical flow.
Try to explain how your something are linked on the logic flow.
We are not going to accept the assignment after the due date on Friday.
We're not going to something the assignment of the due date.
Yep, good. We offer a broad range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses.
We offer a large of undergraduate and postgraduate courses.
Good. I think it's really difficult for an Englishman to imitate a real American accent.
Sorry, I just think you are talking to me. Can you just jump to next one?
Yeah, sure. I think it's really difficult for an Englishman to imitate a real American accent.
I think it's really difficult for Englishmen to estimate the American accent.
The mismatch between the intended and reported uses of the instrument has become clear.
The instrument has become clear.
Good. And last one, students will not be given credit for assignments submitted after the due date.
Students will not be given the credit for the assignment after the due date.
All right, fantastic. Your overall memory is not too bad. And a couple of times I saw that you replaced single words that you forgot with the word something fairly quickly. So that reaction is really good. Okay. Now, on top of that, you're going to have to add one more reaction, which is if you forget half the sentence, you want to just cut it off there. Try not to kind of force your way through it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that's where you're going to be losing large chunks of pronunciation and fluency.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much exactly what you want. Now, I would also comment that your voice is a little bit flatter than I would like. Right.
Okay.
I want you to try to be a little bit more energetic in the way that you talk.
Okay.
But you know how you said, like, you couldn't tell that I was saying a sentence. You thought that I was just addressing you directly, right? That's what all of you guys are aiming for. You want to use your regular talking voice, right, to do these sentences so that people can't tell the difference.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to recite this.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I'm hoping that, for example, the way that I talk to you guys sounds exactly the same as the repeat sentence and vice versa, right? And that's what you guys want as well. You just want to use your regular talking voice. That's why I always say try to stay nice and relaxed so that the muscles here don't tense up and you don't sound weird.
Okay. And I don't know, like if I'm far away from the 79 or it's close.
Oh, right. So at the moment, just then, right, I went kind of up to the medium difficulty. That's where the sentences started breaking down a little bit, right? Now, generally speaking, at that level, it's probably good enough to get a 65 if you practice a bit, but 79, you need to get to about 80% accuracy in about the hard difficulty. Okay. Now, how hard is hard difficulty? It's about 2 words more, and the vocabulary is slightly harder.
Okay, I got it.
But not necessarily really that much. So it definitely will still take a little bit of practice to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.